Alrighty, welcome back to Star Wars Review. Today I'm reviewing Star Wars Ahsoka Part 6, Far, Far Away, which was written by Dave Filoni and directed by Jennifer Getzinger, and was released on September 19th, 2023, which I enjoyed it. I'd say I didn't like as much as the previous episode, but I still quite liked it. Obviously, this episode, there's a lot of payoff for a lot of the build-up from the first 5 episodes, as the episode mainly focuses on Sabine and the villain characters as they make their way to Pridia, which I guess is actually not the name of the galaxy, but a planet inside the galaxy, which I will say I really liked the design of the planet. Had a very ancient feeling to it, which I guess it's where the Night Sister Witch Kingdom once was. So I just really like the look of the planet and kind of those ancient Night Sister Witch buildings, I guess. But once there, we do get reintroduced to Grand Admiral Thrawn, played by Lars Mikkelsen, who voiced the character in Star Wars Rebels, but is now continuing to play the character in live action, which I thought he did a great job in, this live action version. Obviously, the best part of Thrawn is his voice. I just love the voice Lars Mikkelsen gave the character and whatnot. But I will say we don't get a crazy amount of him in the episode. We don't really see him fully in his element as a tactician and schemer and whatnot, but I still really like the scenes with him. The introduction scene where we see his Star Destroyer, the Shamari, arrive, and it's beaten up and kind of destroyed looking, and then there's a bunch of these beaten up looking stormtroopers, and they're all chanting his name, and then he arrives and he's just normal looking. I thought that was kind of funny how everything else and whatnot is just kind of fucked up looking and, worn out and whatnot. But, he still looks good. So I just found that funny. But, even though, Thrawn, I wouldn't say was in the episode a crazy amount. Obviously, he was still a big part of the episode. But, some of the best stuff was once again with Baylan and Shin, as there's a few moments of them speaking with each other. Kind of start to learn more about Baylan's motives and, why he wanted to go to Pridia. Or Paradise. I forget how to pronounce it. They say it a bunch, and I always forget how to pronounce it every single time I go to record one of these reviews. But, we see Baylan talk about, just a cycle of the galaxy, of, I guess, war. He says the fall of the Jedi Order, the fall of the Empire, and, obviously something will happen next there, which it seems like there's something on Pridia calling to him, I guess. And he thinks he'll be able to kind of stop that cycle he talks about or something. But there's also some nice moments with him talking about the Jedi Order, which one moment I liked was Shin asks him if he misses the Order, which he responds by saying he misses the idea of it, which I liked. But obviously Baylan throughout the series has been great. Obviously Ray Stevenson did a great job with the character, and he's been some of my favorite, or just is my favorite stuff from the series so far. But like I said, they arrive on Pridia and they meet up with these Night Sisters, who I guess have been in contact with Thrawn, and I guess Morgan Elsbeth. Not fully sure there, but I like them. Obviously, they're not really a crazy big part of the episode, but I like their moments when they're there. But right when they arrive, one moment I liked was the Night Sisters say it's stenches of Jedi, referring to Sabine, and I just found funny kind of the look Sabine kind of gives them, like, oh, you talking about me? But they take her prisoner, but once Thrawn arrives, Thrawn agrees to free Sabine so she can look for Ezra, which they give her this creature called a hound, which I think we learn the name of it later in the episode. But she then goes out looking for him, but Thrawn sends Baylan and Shin after her, because, even though they agreed to let Sabine live to find Ezra, they didn't agree to let her live after she finds Ezra. So that's why Baylan and Shin are going to go after them. But I like the moments of Sabine searching for Ezra. She kind of runs into some bandits and has to fight them, but the hound runs away. But, obviously Sabine then takes care of those bandits and then continues on with her search. And then the hound eventually comes back to her, which Sabine isn't happy with the hound. So I found the moments there funny, and then they find these little rock turtle-like dudes, which I quite like them. They're very funny looking. But it turns out these little dudes know Ezra, so they take Sabine to their little settlement, which is where Sabine finds Ezra, who's just chilling with these little dudes, which is one of the most Ezra things ever. I just, just found it funny after years of speculating and whatnot, and Ezra was just hanging out with these little rock turtle-like dudes. I really enjoyed that. But I really loved the moment with Sabine and Ezra reuniting and talking and hugging and whatnot, hearing Ezra's theme. I thought Amon Esfandi, captured Ezra really well. And, obviously this episode, he doesn't really have that much screen time, but instantly I knew he was the right choice for the live action version of the character. But, obviously Ezra's happy to kind of be able to now go home and whatnot. But I like how Sabine is kind of hiding how exactly she got there. So I'm interested to see how that goes in the next episodes. But, I'm happy to see Ezra and Thrawn again. Just excited to see where these stories will now go next. As the first 5 episodes were kind of a lot of build up to these moments. And they finally have those pay off. And then now to see where they'll go. And then into future seasons of Ahsoka or stories or whatever. But to go back to the very start of the episode, we do get a moment with Ahsoka and Huyang traveling in hyperspace inside of the Purrgil, which during this moment, we see Ahsoka tell Huyang that Sabine went willingly with the enemies and wasn't captured, which, is what she told Hera. But then there's kind of a meta conversation what I liked about, Huyang is talking about stories, or I think maybe it was Ahsoka who brought it up, about stories Huyang told her when she was a youngling, called History of the Galaxy Part 1, 2, and 3, which Ahsoka says 1 is the best. I guess, probably referring to the prequel trilogy. That's how I kind of took the Part 1, 2, and 3. But near the end of the scene, Huyang starts to tell one of those stories by saying, a long time ago in a galaxy far, far away, and it kind of cuts to the title and whatnot, and obviously the name of the episode is Far, Far Away. So it's possibly very meta, but enjoyed it and whatnot. Definitely, like I said, with the title being Far, Far Away, the episode title. But this ties back into the very final moments of the episode, where we see Thrawn speaking with Morgan Elsbeth and the Night Sisters, who have sensed Ahsoka's arrival. And so we see Thrawn ask for everything they know on Ahsoka, and because I guess the Night Sisters sensed Ahsoka will be arriving inside of a Purrgil, and so Thrawn tells them to kill any Purrgil which exits hyperspace. But that's where the episode ends. Like I said, I quite enjoyed it. Obviously it paid off a lot of stuff from the first 5 episodes, and obviously just the end of Star Wars Rebels also. But I also thought it set up the final 2 episodes nicely also, and I just really like Thrawn and Ezra and getting them again, or seeing them again in just the world of Pridia and whatnot, the new creatures, the Hound and the rock turtle dudes. Obviously the Night Sisters I thought were cool as well. Also, I didn't really talk about them, but obviously those stormtroopers and whatnot, they're very beaten up looking, but there's Thrawn's stormtrooper captain dude, Enoch. I really like the design on him. His helmet is kind of like a gold face or something like that. Not very stormtrooper-like. Doesn't look like a stormtrooper. Just has a gold face. I thought he looked cool. So yeah. But obviously the previous episode didn't have any of the Sabine or villain characters. But this episode was all about them. So I like kind of getting that after last episode didn't have any. So yeah. But my grade for this one is going to be an A-. So yeah. But next, I'll review episode 7, so you can check that out then. But in the meantime, check out my reviews on the first 5 episodes and all my other videos and whatnot. But I'm a Star Wars review, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.
In order to create, we are no Jedi.
I started hearing whispers of Thrawn's return as heir to the Empire. What happened?